I think it's really helpful to see what is out happening on the ground and in the field, to see what it is that our programs can help better support. We don't do innovation for innovation's sake at HUD. We do innovation for the sake of making homeownership and housing more affordable for folks, and being able to see and touch what innovations are out there really helps us think through how we can better support these kinds of innovation.
Stream Modular, the only logistics company you need to transport your mods, pods, and panels. Our friends at Stream Modular are investing $50 million over the next 25 years to build the technology, solutions, and trailers needed to handle and transport the projects of today and meet the demands of tomorrow. Reach out to their team at streammodular.com to discuss your next project. COMBILIFT is the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers, a leader in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. COMBILIFT helps companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, and efficiency of their warehouse and storage facilities. A big thank you to Paul Short and the team at COMBILIFT for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. Brave Control Solutions, where offsite manufacturing systems that do more than just improve productivity. They have a unique approach to industrialized construction, a lineup of flexible automation systems specifically designed for the construction industry, empowered by CAD to Fab, and turnkey solutions for 3D volumetric assembly, structural insulated panels, finished wall assemblies, MEP component processing, assembly, kitting, and storage. Learn more at thinkbrave.com. Hey everybody, Dave Cooper here, and I am standing with Dan Hardcastle, Policy Advisor, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD.
Glad to be with you, Dave.
So, Dan, let's start off simple with this, right? What is the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development?
Well, Dave, there are 8,000 of us, so it's a whole lot of different things, but it's really where the federal government meets the average American in their homes, in their communities, everything from FHA mortgage financing to disaster recovery and resilience to community development programs. We really do it all.
How long have you been with HUD now?
I came in with the new administration a little over 2 years ago.
Right. Well, we are in Washington, D.C., and we are here for an important event that you are putting on, HUD, with the National Association of Home Builders, the Innovative Housing Showcase. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is and why it is so important?
Yeah, this is the third year we're doing it. It's an opportunity to put the latest and greatest in housing innovations, on display for, not just the general public, but for all the policymakers here in Washington. It's squarely in the middle of the mall, so you can't miss it. Folks are always surprised when they turn between the Capitol and the Washington Monument and see a bunch of houses out there. So it's a unique opportunity.
So we have people from all over the country, maybe even the world, showcasing their products here, all working on a more affordable home, ADU. How important is it for the politicians here in Washington, D.C. to see that?
I think it's really helpful to see what is out happening on the ground and in the field, to see what it is that our programs can help better support. We don't do innovation for innovation's sake at HUD. We do innovation for the sake of making homeownership and housing more affordable for folks, and being able to see and touch, what innovations are out there really helps us think through how we can better support these kinds of innovation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, last year you had 3D printing here. We have tech homes here. We have ADUs, timber-built homes.
Yep.
You name it across the board, panelized, modular.
Yep.
How important is it to understand what these technologies are, what the designs are, and how does that play a role in the future of housing?
So I think a lot of these technologies are things that, HUD's been supportive of, since our inception. With Operation Breakthrough over 50 years ago, HUD really did some of the foundational work to explore what factory-built construction could do and what kind of savings opportunities it could offer. And obviously a lot of folks have taken up that mantle, and here we are 50 years later still thinking about how we can push that forward at the federal level. And so the showcase, and again seeing what's really happening out there, gives us a chance to make that more concrete and more real.
And that's really it, right? The design and technology can actually help lower the cost of housing.
Absolutely. We see that when you can do things, at scale, when you can, do things in a way that's more efficient, when you can, use fewer layers in your paneling because each of the layers you're using is more efficient, that's simplicity, that's savings, that's something that can ultimately mean that, an additional homeowner can get into a home, an additional renter can afford to have a place to live.
Accessory dwelling units, hot topic across the country. It has the potential to give home ownership and make homes more affordable and provide affordable rental units. What is your take on that?
It's something that we're really excited about at HUD. We see, our secretary has, pushed, what we can do, for instance, for seniors to help them with aging in place. Obviously, ADUs are a great way to do that. And within FHA, it's something that, our commissioner recognizes is really an opportunity to help meet the housing crisis where it stands in folks' backyards, that we can provide new housing opportunities in communities in high opportunity neighborhoods, help folks maintain home ownership by bringing in more income, which is why we put out a draft mortgagee letter just recently that we've got some great feedback on about how we can better support ADUs with our financing programs.
Hot topics. Let's jump into that.
Yeah.
Workforce development and energy efficiency. These are both hot. You hear it on Capitol Hill all the time. I'm sure you're involved in it all the time. Talk to me about what your position or HUD's position is on those.
Workforce development is something that we absolutely recognize that, and it's the UD in HUD, the urban development piece. It's how can we help folks and communities develop the job skills that make sense in today's marketplace. And, that's something that in the off-site construction context, we really see, what that can mean, the kind of new positions and roles that folks can fill, whether they're working in factories or whether they're, operating 3D printers. We see a lot of workforce development opportunity through off-site construction. And then on energy efficiency, this is absolutely something that this administration is committed to addressing the climate crisis head on. And we know that housing is a huge chunk of that. I think I've seen 20% of our carbon emissions come from housing, and we can build more efficiently or we can renovate more efficiently, like our recent green and resilient retrofit program that folks may have heard about. It's something that we are coming at from every angle, including setting efficiency standards that are able to reflect the needs that folks have and reflect the changes in the climate. So we recently put a set of standards out for the public to provide feedback on, and we definitely want to hear what folks have to say about that.
The Housing Innovation Showcase that's going on has a lot of off-site construction out there. I mean, beautiful, beautiful buildings and technology. What is the future of that looking like in your eyes at HUD, and is it the future of construction?
It's definitely part of it. I think that, it's all the ways that we can do things better, all the ways that we can, move the needle on productivity in the construction sector beyond where it's been the past few decades, that happens with, offsite, that happens with, new and more efficient on-site approaches. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but we at HUD actually have, written in sort of some of our statutory language, the idea that we are charged with promoting the, doing things in the newest and best way. And so we really take that seriously and want to keep promoting it.
Can people get involved with HUD?
Absolutely. It's something where we try to connect with folks where they are. So if you're a homeowner or who's, having trouble staying in their home, or if you're someone who's looking to buy their first home, our housing counseling team is really there across the country, our partnership that, can direct folks to what they need. We also do so much work with communities. Again, most of the dollars HUD puts into the world flow through, cities and towns and states, and those are the folks who deliver those resources to, individual residents in a lot of cases. And so, working with your local city and working with folks, in your community development team, they can talk to you about what their priorities are and how, we can all work together to deliver on the housing needs for this country.
I'm sure there's a lot of fires put out all the time in your job. What is the focus on, though, for the future of housing and affordability in the United States right now?
We have a lot of really exciting programs that were in development right now. One in particular, the Price Fund, that was funded in the most recent Congress, which is $225 million for manufactured housing communities to help preserve them, offer resident ownership opportunities, things of that nature. And then we have our what we're calling our CDBG Pro Housing Program, which is our zoning and land use reform effort where we are providing incentives for communities that are trying to do the right thing on their land use policies to open up to new forms of construction and new designs that really meet the housing needs of their communities. So it's all about meeting folks where they are, giving communities the tools that they need to build the housing that Americans so desperately need right now.
Yeah, we definitely desperately need it right now. I mean, there's obviously homeless all over the place and veterans on the streets and so forth. So it's great to come here and actually see people putting real work in to make real progress. And I appreciate you coming on today and telling us a little bit about what you do and what HUD's up to. But more importantly, I appreciate knowing a deeper inside of the people that are doing this. You're just not out there on TV. You're actually real people, and you're really trying to push the problem to the forefront and fix it.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to connect with the folks who are, putting the houses on the ground or in the factories, as it were. And, it's something that we really appreciate the work that you all do.
There you have it, everybody. Dan Hardcastle, Policy Advisor, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. I'm Dave Cooper, live from Washington, D.C. We'll see you next time.
What an amazing show. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us to continue to bring all of these innovative conversations to all of you out there. Please visit them, see what they have to offer you, and as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring that bell. It would mean the world to us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.